some things with goal setting for you. So
Yeah.
go ahead and turn the camera on. We can't wait to get rolling. So while everyone's hopping on, go ahead and drop your name and where you are
From
from in the comments here.
How do I do that?
On the
there's
bottom,
comments on the bottom.
it's always different if you're on a phone or a
Mhm.
computer, but you can usually find it's a chat
Yeah, chat.
feature. Hi.
Oh, so cute.
Maybe that
We'll show you.
works. Yeah.
Right.
See if it's all working there. Awesome, awesome. All right, if you're just hopping on, we were just
Kristen
saying, put your
Gilmer.
name in the comments and tell us where you're from. Yeah.
Oh,
Find it, Brandy? The or it's not
yeah,
comments, it's called
yeah.
chat
The
feature.
chat. Yeah.
hmm We have a dilemma here when one of us is so tall and one of us is so short.
I was like, my head's gonna be cut off the whole time. And I lost my voice, so
So fun.
yeah.
No.
If I cough a little. Naples. I did not know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not too far from y'all.
How far is that from us? I don't even know.
I went to school at Pewitt, and so I know we would have FFA stuff in Gilmer
Hmm.
a lot. So I know it's not like too, it was like close enough that we would
Yeah,
do
it's less
stuff.
than 2 hours away.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
well, listen, I moved away for 20 years and then I'm super confused. Winona, Mineola. I've got them now, but I kept getting them all mixed up as if I didn't grow up here.
That's funny.
I know. All right,
All right.
we
Yeah.
are going to get started because we value your time and we really appreciate you guys coming, but we don't want to take an overabundance of time. But throughout the workshop, anything we say, if you want to drop a comment or anything, feel free.
Yeah.
We are going to be monitoring it as best as we can.
Yeah. And we're also going to have this recorded. So if you want to mute yourself for now, that would be helpful. Okay, so we're gonna jump right in. So we are Cassie and Brittany, sisters. I'm the I was gonna say oldest. I'm the youngest one,
I'm the
even though I'm taller. We have 8 kids between us, from toddlers all the way to driving, and we homeschool our kids. We're wives, we're business women, and we have lived the chaos of crazy mornings, crazy times at home. Sometimes it still is, but also the overwhelm of juggling all the schedules and also the pressure of just trying to do it all ourselves as moms. So,
And we've also lived a life of hustle. And we want you to know, starting out right now, this is not a time for hustling. We're not here to teach that or to guilt you or make you quit. But we're here to do some real work. So we want to make sure you have some pen and paper because what we're going to do tonight may take a little bit of focus for you and a little bit of thinking, but it's the kind of work that could potentially help you get where you want to get with your goals. So most goal setting, it fails not because of lack of discipline or motivation, which a lot of times we think that's why we failed at hitting that goal. But really your goals, like we're failing because it ignores real life. And today we're going to try and fix that because if there's anything we know together with our 8 children we're with all the time, we know real life. And often we get the question, how do you do it all? We don't,
no.
but this is what we want to share with you guys.
We were writing out some notes the other day about how to keep things from being overwhelming, and my 2-year-old was all over me and said, right now I'm overwhelmed. This is overwhelming. We were trying to edit something. I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. But we're really serious about the pen and paper because did you know a little stat here for you that if you write down your goals, you're 42% more likely to achieve them. So it's so important. Seriously, grab the pen and paper, get the notes out on your phone. I think writing with your hand is more important though, so do that. Because even though I'm telling you this right now, I'm going to tell you that only about 14% of adults actually do it. Why is that? If we know we want to achieve these goals, why not get the pen and paper out to write it? Because when your goals are clear and they're supported by daily habits, your productivity can jump 25%. And that's what we're here for. That's what we want.
That's a big jump.
That's a big jump, yeah.
So let's do a quick check-in. Drop in the comments one word on how you feel about goal setting right now. Maybe you're feeling really hopeful. Maybe you're feeling inspired. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. Go ahead and type it in the comments. We would love to see how you're showing up tonight and how you're feeling. What is your one word?
How I'm feeling about goals, I feel like I'm excited for growth. The word growth just keeps coming to mind this year. I didn't do like a word of the year, but growth feels accurate.
Brandy feels confident,
Mm-hmm.
excited. I feel like my word is empowered.
Oh, good word.
That is
Yeah.
a good word. Oh, determined.
Determined.
I like that too.
Dishwasher.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody else have one? Oh, do you see it? Uh-oh.
Let's see. I get
Yeah.
excited, but also not confident in setting the right goals. Yeah, that's so
So
good.
the word you're giving us is the one word you think of when you think of goal setting.
Yeah. What comes to mind when you think of goal setting? So keep writing them. If you're thinking of them, you're trying to come up with it, throw it in the comments. But we know how it feels to have your to-do list run your life, to wake up in the morning always feeling behind or already feeling behind right when you wake up, and to wonder if there's ever going to be a moment in the day for you as a mom. And you want to grow, you want to make progress, but you also want to stay fully present and focus on your family and connect with your family. And we know how all that feels. So if that's you, if you're feeling some of that, you're in the right room with us. So a little story time. In 2019, I was 3 kids in. So I had toddlers and a newborn, and somehow I felt the Lord tell me I should have been like, "Are you sure it's you, Lord?" But like to start setting my alarm to wake up, which felt totally ridiculous because I did not work outside the home. I was getting up with kids throughout the night, but I felt like I was supposed to start setting my alarm. And it's nothing I did perfect, but I kept coming back to it. And those mornings really carried me through some hard seasons that I didn't even know were coming. I wasn't building just a discipline of waking up, but I was building structure for me and my family. And that structure gave me clarity, gave me peace, and it gave me the ability to leave my home instead of just react to it, especially when some hard times came over the course of several years following that. And so it wasn't just the willpower of getting up when my alarm went off that changed my life, but it was choosing one habit that supported the season that I was in.
And when you change to that morning time, your kids start to learn it and they start to adapt it. I think I posted a video this morning that my young girls who wake up a lot of times with me, they've learned, like I've trained them just on this concept. Let me have my 1 cup of coffee first, and then I can answer all the questions about the day.
Yeah.
But they start to value those mornings as well. Now, I've always been a really big goal setter. I feel like I've always been a good goal setter. I've always had all the dream boards. I have had people in my home and we have done lots of goal setting together. But after my husband retired in 2024 and we moved back to East Texas, my life turned chaotic. Suddenly, I was with built-in friends, which were my family, when I've lived away for 20 years. It's so good, but it's like suddenly I'm living with family as we were waiting for housing to happen, and then we had a big remodel. So all of a sudden, I woke up one day and I felt like I am a hot mess. My habits had disappeared. My head felt so loud and I did not know what to do. But I had to learn very quickly. I didn't need better goals, but what I needed were to get back to the systems that worked with me and real life. When I rebuilt all of our rhythms in our home, everything shifted for me and my kids and my whole family, actually. So when your systems change, everything downstream changes too.
Yeah, so once we prioritize even just a few minutes for ourselves in the morning, that one habit, that one thing, everything changed. Our energy, our just ability to carry peace into the day and not be frantic or chaotic with our kids. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about the one thing that's going to help you, move forward towards a goal this year. Because a lot of times we can set the goals, but it's getting to those goals that's the hard part. And so we're not going to sit here and tell you to write down 1,000,000 goals for the year or to even make a vision board, although we are fans of vision boards, we're fans of scrapbooking, or write them down, yes, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to focus on one thing that's going to help you move forward towards your goal tonight. So
yeah, so make sure you have your pen and paper ready. You're going to start needing it in a minute. But what we learned is this: goals simply are just not enough. And I'm sure most of you know that. Even with good intentions, they fail without a system that works behind them. So that's why we built what we're about to share with you. And this is what we now give our clients, and we call it the goal pathway. So Brittany's going to take you through that using our handy dandy whiteboard. So with your pen and paper, if you want to write this down, that way you have it, that'd be a great thing.
yeah, so this is the goal pathway. Can we see it? Are we good? Okay, goal pathway. So this, is that messy?
I just don't know if they can see.
Oh, this is the line to your goal. There's a line here. We have the goal at the end. This is where we're headed. But to get to any goal, we have to know how to get there, right? We can't just say, okay, I want this goal, but we have to know how we're going to get there. So first off, I think Cassie said she gets excited. What did she say? It was like right on point, I feel like. She gets excited, but also not confident you're setting the right goals. And that's so good because to set the right goal, we have to know what our priorities are. So we set our priorities to get there, and we want to have clear priorities for our season of life right now. And then from those priorities, the next stepping stone is creating habits that are going to get us towards our goal. But then from there, we have to have a plan. And then we hit our goal. And so those are the ways that we are moving towards our goal on the goal pathway is we have to have clear priorities, habits, a plan, and a goal. So real quick, I want you to drop one goal. Am I like low here? Okay. One goal in the comments that you have for this year. It can just be like one simple thing. But we want to help you tonight prioritize those and be able to make it towards your goal by using the goal pathway. I'll show you an example in a little while of how we are going to do that. But go ahead and drop one goal to grow my podcast. Awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Let's see if we have any more coming. What was one goal you had?
One goal I had.
We didn't say we were going to call it today.
I know, I definitely
Brandy
just went out.
says read
two
two
books.
books.
Simple. I love
I have
that.
a
That's good
goal
one.
of losing 40 pounds, and it's not a new goal because I've been on a weight loss journey. So, but I have a goal to finish that.
Yeah. So tonight we're not building 10 habits. We're not going to tell you how to overhaul your entire life or
miles.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Or totally redo your schedule. We're going to choose one focus that's going to support you in the season that you're in.
Yeah, so we're going to dive deep on just one piece of this pathway, which is going to be clarifying priorities. Because as you know, probably when priorities are clear, everything else gets easier.
It's true.
And so I'm going to read some of these real quick. So the 1,000 miles made me remember out in my gym, I wrote, I wanted to run a 5K without stopping. I think we're pretty close to it, but I want to be able to do it. Consistently wake up early, losing 30 pounds or 2 you can think of, not to be reactive and have patience. That is so good. And I'm telling you, for me, the key for that is my mornings.
Drink a gallon of water per day. That's awesome.
I love it. So most goal setting is super vague. Like, I want to be healthier. And you guys are doing actually really good with giving
a gallon of water,
consistent.
not just I want to drink more water.
Yeah.
That's great.
But if your goal is like, I just want to be healthier, that's not telling our brain what to do next.
Yeah. So traditional goal setting, like you see on, Instagram or Pinterest, it just assumes that you're going to have the motivation to carry you through. But we are all moms, women, carrying a lot of things. And we know that motivation, it comes and goes, especially for us being busy and having all the things. When life gets busy, when a kid gets sick, when life gets stressful, habits are going to be what carry us and move us forward.
Most plans, they don't even protect our time and energy. So life always wins, and we feel like we failed another year of goals. So you just have to, we want to set these realistic goals and all these steps. That way you don't feel at the end of the year, or even 6 months from now, you failed again.
Yeah. So it's not about choosing what, tonight, it's not going to be about choosing what matters most in your entire life. Like drinking water, is that what matters most in your entire life? No, but it's going to be about choosing what you need in this season. And for your health, that may be what your attention needs to go to in this season, because priorities aren't permanent. So we're going to think of it kind of like a GPS. Priorities are how we are getting there. It's giving us the direction towards the goal, the GPS towards the goal on the goal pathway.
So grab your worksheet or your piece of paper, called it a worksheet,
teacher,
and your pen. I know, teacher and me. This is where clarity is going to start. And this is where you are going to become one of the 42% that Brittany told you about,
yes,
that people that achieve their goals. So the first thing we want you to do is write down 3 life areas that are most important to you right now.
I'm going to look. Who's writing? Oh, I see Cassie's writing. Good job.
Oh, Brandy started writing.
Get that pen. Get that pen. I've been on calls and they're like, you're not writing. And you're lying. Do it.
Oh my God.
No, really. I was on a call once and they kicked people off if they weren't doing it.
Oh my God.
She was like, you're on here to work. You're getting off if you're not doing it.
Now, if you're sitting and you're like, I don't even know what areas, maybe it's health, maybe it's family, faith.
Yeah. Personal growth. Maybe you want to, personally grow, like reading books, or maybe it's your home management. Maybe it feels a little too chaotic at home.
The question is, write down 3 areas, life areas that matter the most to you right now. So for me, it's wellness, health and wellness is very important to me right now. My home is a huge area right now, just with regaining healthy habits with having teenagers, having littles, and all of that. Those are 2. What are some of yours?
Mine would probably be gaining muscle this year.
Mhm.
That's one for me. Two is just building, me and my husband building financial wealth, especially in real estate. Number three is probably just home management, like getting some orderly things going on. So write those three things down. So now I want you to realize there's no right or wrong. This is your list. This isn't about, like I said, what should matter or what matters most. It's about what actually matters in your real life right now. So we're going to look at your list. I hope you have three. Family, business, home. Love it. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to look at the list of three and you're going to circle one thing. One thing that if improved right now this year, how that it would positively impact the rest of your life. Okay?
Yeah, that's
So
a good
think
one.
about that and circle it. I'm thinking about mine, like which one? Honestly, probably my home, like staying like
Yeah.
orderly and keeping our habits. We've gotten a really good system. I just want to like keep it moving and get the kids really plugged into it. Because I think it's just gonna affect everyone. So this one thing that you just circled, it's gonna be your anchor. Okay, it's gonna be the lens through which decisions get easier. So here's some examples. If you chose health, that you need your health to improve this year, then guess what? That's gonna affect your energy, your peace, your confidence. It's all going to improve. Okay. How about maybe it's your faith? You want to prioritize your faith. Well, guess what? Your peace and your perspective, they're going to shift. Or maybe, like we said, mentioned like some home systems. You want those to improve and get better. Guess what? Like I said, that's going to change everything for me because it's going to let stress drop from all areas and not just for me, but for my husband and for my kids. And that is progressing us forward tremendously this year. So,
Yeah, we had a client, Kayla, and she was trying to fix everything at once. And she was trying to fix her nutrition, workouts, her mindset, her schedule, home. She was exhausted. And because she was trying to fix them all at once, she quit. And she did not know why. Because she came into the time when we were talking with her and she came in very determined to do it and then she quit. So when we went through this with her and she focused on one area of her life, it was her health, everything shifted because she built one supportive habit. So that habit for her was walking daily. And when life got stressful, instead of snapping or numbing out, she went out for a walk. And in return, with that one habit, she lost 25 pounds. She gained energy. I mean, she became more patient with her kids. And the biggest win is she didn't quit this time. Because if you're someone that you have found yourself quitting time and time again, I'm sure if you've ever not quit or if you visualize yourself not quitting, you know what a win that is and how good it feels.
yeah, and for her, after she got that one solid thing down and it was affecting so many things, now she can focus on the next habit, you know? And so sometimes you may think, but I feel selfish just picking one thing, especially if the one thing is my health. And, maybe I pick the family thing, but it's like, no, right now, health is what's most important for me and what would change everything. Guess what? It's not selfish. Choosing one priority, it's leadership for your life and for you because it's going to strengthen the foundational area that's going to allow you to show up different and better in every area of your life.
And sometimes we may feel like everything feels important right now. We actually had a client tell us that, and we were like, girl, we know. We understand and we know. So here's what you need to know when you feel like everything feels very important right now. Everything may matter, but everything cannot get your best energy at the exact same time.
Mm-hmm.
This is a right now decision, not a forever one.
Yeah.
So take note of that. This is a right now decision, not a
It's
forever one.
difficult to pick just one.
It
I
is
agree.
so
It's hard. It's hard.
But a lot of times, like we said, like you pick one and then it kind of just
Yeah.
streamlines into so many of them, you know?
Oh yeah, and I wanted to say, with Kayla, the example of Kayla, she, especially this time of year, y'all, it's a new year, it's 2026, like we're excited, all these, new semesters are starting, just different things are starting. So we're like excited and you're seeing goals everywhere and you kind of like feel this natural momentum to start moving forward and changing things. We're spring cleaning, even though it's not spring yet, all the things. But when you're that excited and you pick too many things, it's so easy to just like feel like a failure when things fall. But if you can just pick one thing, it's easier to stick to it and you feel like you've won. You feel like you're winning because this one thing is moving forward. And so when you feel like it's hard to pick one, just remember it's hard to do a lot of things at once. And so focus in on the one and then watch how you move forward with that. And like we said, her number one thing was she didn't quit. And then it impacted so many areas and she can move on. So, okay, we've got you picking the one thing, right? You pick the one thing. Now we're going to go and we're going to work through the goal pathway. Let me see. I hope you can all see this good. Okay, so the goal pathway here, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to work it through my goal here for home management, and I want you to work it on your paper for yourself, okay? I am seriously stuck. Okay. Just keep
We
thinking.
believe in you,
You
Ashley.
can do it. Okay, maybe this example will help you a little. So, if my home or my priority here tonight is home management, right? So, I'm going to put home management. So, that's like organization, feeling less chaotic, more peaceful at home. But how do I do that? That's like, okay, that's a cool priority, but like, what does that even mean? And how am I going to get to a goal of having a peaceful home or an organized home? So, my goal is we'll just put organized home. Oh. We have an organized home, that's my goal, but I have to get there. We can, if you just keep saying a goal, it's just a hope, a dream. But like if Elizabeth, if her goal is 1,000 miles, that's so many. Okay. If it's 1,000 miles in the year, like that's cool. But like if you don't make a plan to get there, she's gonna get to like August and be like, oh shoot, I didn't like actually start that because I didn't have a plan in place. So we need to have a plan. So my priority, home management, my goal is to have an organized home. So what's the habit? The one habit. We're not looking at 10 habits. We're not looking at a million. One habit I'm going to choose. And I'm going to tell you the one that I'm working on that has impacted our family so much. So it is writing down my day. I'm just going to put writing down. So writing down my day, and I'll use this like worksheet I have to write down what my next day looks like, to kind of plan it out, to focus on what things are we focused on. When am I like focused on homeschooling my kids? When am I focused on, business, or when are we going to do fun things together, or when am I going to see friends? Writing down my day helps me progress forward to have an organized home. But then I have to have a plan. So that's the habit I'm having. But what's the plan? The plan for me is to put it out there for everyone to see. So I started doing that every day with a whiteboard. My kids would know what our plan was. They would each have tasks to help move the plan forward. So writing it down, or no, writing it down, putting it out there. So putting it out there, that's a bad way to put it, but I had a whiteboard at first, but now for Christmas, I got an electronic calendar, which is awesome. But this is how I'm moving along the pathway with my goal of an organized home. To have home management is by creating a habit and setting a plan. So I'm just going to keep using you, Elizabeth, but like the 1,000 miles, she can break that down by the year. That's a number. So break it down. Like how many miles does she need to run a week to hit that goal? And then she sets her goal to, okay, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because 3 days is what I feel like I can do this year, I'm going to run this amount of miles. And she can track that and watch herself get there. And so that is creating a habit of running 3 days a week, writing down how many miles you're going to run, and then sticking it in your calendar and making it happen, right? So that's how we can use the pathway to hit our goals. So let me just read what y'all wrote over here. Oops. I feel like parenting, homeschooling needs to be my priority, but then I'm afraid that will make something else suffer, like spiritual walk, health, etc. That is very, very challenging. But what you have to think of, it doesn't mean that we're giving up on like the habits of, spirituality or your health. It just means that the focus right now is going to be honing in on the parenting and homeschooling. And guess what? When you prioritize those things and have a pathway to achieve whatever goal you want with that, it's going to trickle down, and probably the goal of doing that is going to make more time for your health or for your spiritual walk, because things are more in order with parenting and homeschooling.
I think for us, like, because we homeschool, one of the things that really helps us is the writing everything down the night before, looking at the schedule. We may have a month calendar here, but figuring it out the night before and waking up earlier than our kids, because at that time we can get our morning time with the Lord done and all of that. And it's not being forgotten about. And for me, I know like walking is a big one for me. Today I didn't want to go walk. I'm just going to tell you, but I just got out there and did it really quick before this call. But I hear what you're saying, Elizabeth, because that can be hard.
But Cassie basically said the same thing. She chose homeschooling because she knows that if she has systems for her home, like laundry, dishes, her homeschooling her kids, that it's going to free her up. The inner chaos of herself will be more like focused, and she'll be able to achieve her goals in health and business and things like that. So that kind of does speak to that.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is with the pathway. We want you to take this pathway. So I hope you took notes. And this is going to be in what we're about to tell you about, our playbook. But this is where we're going to stop tonight, because this can be used over and over and over with any goal you have. So I want you to really work it out on your paper, write it down. because as you use this, it's going to start your momentum, and everything beyond this, how you repeat the process, how you adjust as the seasons change, or as you nail the, like a certain habit, you can add to it. It's going to live inside the playbook that we're going to talk to you about right now.
I'm like an all or nothing kind of person. And I tend to focus really hard. Did I already tell y'all this? Sorry, say this. I don't
No.
know. I focus really hard on one thing, and then I feel like Elizabeth, you're saying, I feel like other things suffer. I've always said that about me.
Mhm.
And I began getting really overwhelmed trying to prove every single thing at once. My health, my home, my kids' behavior, my, having boundaries with work plus home life, because nothing was moving forward because I was focused on it all so much. But when I started focusing on one main thing, like we keep talking about, the pressure lifted. I felt calmer, and the other areas improved too. One habit, one goal changed everything, and I think it has made me a better mother. It's made me a better wife. It's just made me better overall. So right now, many of you probably have goals but no system to support them.
Yeah, and so the gap between, your intention and follow through, because maybe you've done this in the past, you set goals and the follow through fails by month 2 of the year, or you have the intention, but then life gets in the way. It's not because you're failing.
No, it's because like no one has ever shown us, right? How to turn goals into habits that fit real life.
They just show us how to make New Year's resolutions,
Yeah.
right? So without a system, another year's going to pass, and 2027 is going to be here, and guess what? We're going to be like, oh, still have the same goal. And like, or when you're focused on too many things at once, like Cassie just talked about, guess what? For her, almost every year, like she said, this is the first year like her health and losing weight hasn't been her number one priority, because she's stuck with that one goal this past year, and now it's become part of her life. And we don't want to come up to the next year and have the same goal repeating itself. That's when we feel like a failure, or we just like, maybe you felt that at the beginning, like I showed up, but I really just resist the idea of goals or resolutions. And maybe it's just because you failed over and over and you're just annoyed with it and done, but it's because we don't have that system in place to get the habits to get to our goal.
Yeah, when we put the structure around what matters most, everything changes. So that's where this formula we've taught you really helps.
And that's where you don't need to feel bad choosing the one thing, because like we said, even though it's hard, and we want you to, if you're still, like Ashley said, she's stuck, if you still feel stuck moving from this call tonight, we want you to go and really focus, take a walk because it clears your head, and just think, like, what is that one thing that's going to move me forward this year and impact so many areas of my life if I focus in on it. So what we walk through tonight is just the foundation for setting goals. And we want that to help you. We want you to remember, you have to know your priorities. You have to put habits in place. You have to make a plan, and that's how you're going to get to the goal. And so without habits and systems in place, the goal is going to be gone in 2 weeks. It's just, the goal is just a hope, something you kind of hope it's going to happen, but you're not really making a plan to get there.
Yeah. Life changes, and then even seasons shift, even throughout your whole year, right? Like things are going to change and shift throughout the year. So what we need is good habits in place to achieve the goals that you're wanting to do, that you desire to change. So
Yeah.
you need functionality in your home, not chaos, if you expect to be moving forward
Right.
this year.
Yeah. And so that's why what we did is we created what's called the Home Management Playbook. It's not a planner. We love planners, and we bought a million planners before. And it's not just a checklist. The playbook is what we actually do in our families, in our homes, homeschooling 4 kids each. It's the things we do that have worked. And we finally just decided to get it all out of our head and put it on paper for you guys. How we keep order in our home, how we stay connected with our kids, and also how we keep going after our goals and dreams as high achieving women with running businesses. It's how we can do all the things, if you will, or whatever. But it's also how we come back to our habits of home life, even after travel, after sickness, after a little bit of more chaotic stuff. So if you've ever felt chaos or overwhelm while living the life that you love, because maybe you're like, I love what I do, but it feels chaotic, then this playbook is going to bring you focus. It's going to bring you order. And not just for you, but for your home and your children too, and for your goals. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to drop the link here while Cassie shows you a little bit.
We're really excited about this. Like she said, these are systems that we use in our home. We printed it off to show you guys. It's full of about almost 50 pages of just tips and tricks we use in our home. There are templates to help you reach your goals. And Brittany just said it also helps your kids. And I have a 5-year-old who has began using one of these listing systems as well. She loves
Oh, she
creating
loves
lists.
lists.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And checking
cousin,
them off. Have we
check-
done this? We got to do
yeah.
this. We gotta do
And
this.
so teaching them the healthy habits, they're learning on a simpler level by my
Mm.
templates. There are habit planning pages designed for imperfect days for you and your kids. There are home management systems that bring peace. We've been, like Brittany, like we've been told a lot. Y'all seem like you do it all. I mean, we really don't, but the things we've added in here and we've given like through the modules, different tips and tricks on things that have worked for us. We've been moms now, almost 16 years for me, and just tips and tricks for you. And so there's also tools in here to protect your time, energy, and focus because we are huge on protecting your time, creating boundaries, and there are checklists and helpful sheets that you can print. And here's the
Yeah.
thing. One of our favorite ones is the closing your night up
Yeah.
and shutting your night. What is it called? Yeah, the nightly reset. And one of the things that we would encourage you to do is take it because it's a digital product, print it off and laminate it. Have it in your kitchen and you can just reuse it every single night. Or if you have older kids or even your younger ones, they can use it as well.
Yeah. And so one thing I love about this, it gives you habits and systems in your home so you're not repeating yourself 100 times
Yes.
as a mom. You're going to get things like she said you can print off. You're going to get ways to connect as a family. We even have a list of our favorite games for kids, our favorite audiobooks for kids. We have a printable version of some conversation cards for how to implement a weekly dinner that will help your family connect around the table and those conversation cards to use. And that's something we do consistently.
And our conversation cards that we add in here, our kids actually made.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And there's also a wellness piece because we feel like that really solidifies you as a woman and a mom, and it's important for you. And so there's lots of awesome things that have impacted us that we wanted to give to you guys. So for the next 24 hours, you can get our playbook for $37. The price will increase after 24 hours. But the cool thing about it is it's yours. You get to keep it, you get to print it, you get to keep it on your phone or on your computer. And we have plans to add things to this over the course of this year. And if you buy it tonight for the $37, you'll get all the additional upgrades for free. So that's awesome.
Yeah, so something Brittany and I were what did I say today? Did you listen to my stories? Passionate.
No.
Okay. And through the years, we've talked about like, oh, we want to share this about different things. And this is just a slow start to it. We plan to add modules about marriage. Married 23 years. You've been married since
16.
2009. Okay.
Yeah.
I know the year.
Yeah.
We've helped our children launch businesses that they have been successful at. We've launched businesses, so we'll have a module in there about business. And once you buy it, you will get the updates forever. Like we'll just keep sending them to you at no additional cost.
Yeah, so it's just $37, which is cheaper than a trip to Target. Plus, it's actually going to impact your life. You're going to use it longer, and you're going to watch it help your family in your home. And the cool thing about it, even though we told you lots of things that are in there, we also tell you how to use it, how to use one thing at a time, not to try to get overwhelmed, but to start with one thing and try to implement that and watch it help you. So it'll be easy and quick ways to just impact your life immediately as you start using it. So
we're really grateful you guys tuned in with us tonight, and we hope you're gonna like take something away from it because this has helped us so much and our children. So we will stay on for a few more minutes, but we do value your time. But if you have questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat, and we are definitely here.
Yeah. Any questions, drop them below. And then I wanted to say that even the goal pathway, you can use that for your kids. You can walk them through like, hey, I have a goal to, your daughter told me she was trying to eat less sugar or drink less sugar in her drinks. And it's like, okay, cool. You could say that, but how are you going to do that? And that's a simple goal. Or her son said he wanted to save money. I've been talking to your kids apparently, to go to Japan with his friends in the next couple of years. It's like, cool, but you can't look up in 2028 and be like, okay, we're going to Japan and not have saved any money. So let's make a plan for how we're going to get there and help them work through this, because we don't want to teach our kids just to make resolutions. We want to teach them to make these plans, to make these goals, have habits that are going to help them get there. And so we can do this with our kids as well. Can you show a few pages, maybe a nighttime reset?
Yeah. We should have probably pulled it up where you could put it here, but I'll try. I don't screen share it, but this is as we add to it, one of the ideas we have is to add this where it's like on a 4-sheet, so you could print it and cut it to make it smaller if you want to do it like that. But I really think laminating this, I don't know if you can see that, Cassie, and putting it where your kids, They want to see the board.
Oh, yeah.
Where your kids can see it and work. Even when my older kids were younger, I had like systems in their like written down in their bathroom and their bedroom on how they need to clean it. I need to get back to that.
Yeah. And then any printable will have a QR code to give you like a PDF printable, so it'll be really easy to print. Then we also, one thing I kind of shared about this, but block scheduling is in there. This is something I use as a homeschooling mom so much. Block scheduling, it will teach you how to block out your days so that you can focus, because as a mom, like so much of our attention or so much of our mind is like chaotic with all the things we have to do. We have running lists all the time. We have all these things, and blocking out our time gives you permission to focus on the one thing that's important right now, and not have to focus on a million things at once, which keeps you scattered, which keeps you disconnected from your kids. It gives you permission to like, okay, right now I'm going to homeschool my kids. I'm not going to look at the kitchen. I'm not going to go do this. I'm not going to do the laundry. I'm not going to go answer phone calls. It gives you permission to do that. And then when that time's over, it'll give you permission to do whatever, like work out. Okay, right now is my workout. You train your kids in that way. They know what it is. Everyone knows what to expect. The block scheduling is a huge piece. There's lots of awesome info in that module. And just as a clarification, if you check your email tonight and tomorrow, I'll send
we'll
the
send that
picture
to
of
you.
this to
That's
you.
what I was gonna say. Brandy, she says, my goal was health, but should I be more specific? I would say yes. I think you should put, if that's what you want to lose, 20 pounds. I think that just walking my own health journey the past 6 months, that has helped me tremendously. And not only that, but then track it, to know what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
does anyone else have any questions? We are so thankful y'all jumped on with us. We hope this was helpful. We hope you learned from it.
okay.
And, you can use this pathway to really help you to make some goals, to achieve those goals, all the things. So we hope it was helpful.
Oh, thanks, Brandy. All right. I was about to say, we love you guys. We do. We love you.
Yeah, you showed up for us. It's awesome.
So,
it feels good.
All right.
So,
y'all have a good night.
Y'all have a good night. And if you need us, you can find us online and just chat with us. Hearts from Cassie. How cute. I didn't even know you could do that.
Bye.
All right, y'all have a good night.